Hi guys, so I thought I would do this video really quickly. So this video was requested, so that is what's my Nintendo Switch games or Nintendo games that I am looking forward to next year, so in 2019. So I'm counting this personally from December 2018, because we're in November right now, and up to 2019, and maybe a little bit onwards that we haven't been given dates for. I'm preferably going to be doing this just on Nintendo Switch games, because at the moment I am playing my Nintendo Switch more than other consoles, more than my Xbox One, more than the PlayStation 4 that we've got, or the Vita, etc. I am just playing that console more right now. So just going to cross my legs to get comfy. So the other thing I will say is I do not know a full list of every game that's coming out on the Switch right now. So I have my laptop open and I have Nintendo Life actually up to get the list from, and I will leave a link to this website down below as well if you want to check it out too. So first of all, I kind of am looking forward to it, but doesn't really bother me, is Smash Bros. So everybody's going like ape for Smash Bros right now. It's just like the biggest deal ever, because it's like the ultimate version. It's got all the characters in, and I admit I have pre-ordered it. So I have actually pre-ordered the limited edition, which is the game, the steel box, the controller and the adapter, so you can use GameCube or Wii U controllers, etc. Personally, I'm shit at Smash Bros. I never had a console when I was a kid that held a Smash Bros game on it. I had my Game Boy Color that I was taught to respect and literally love so much. So yeah, I had that for years until the PlayStation 2 came out, and then I got PlayStation 2, and again I was taught to respect and love that console and maintain it, because I wasn't going to get a bunch of consoles because they were expensive. They're expensive now, they were expensive back then too. So yeah, all in all, I'm kind of looking forward to that one. That one comes out on the 7th of December, so that's 2018. I will play it, I'll give it a go. More likely that's going to be a game for us that we can use when friends come round. But so you do have Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe coming out on the 11th of January 2019. I don't know if I'll pick this one up off the bat. So I think if they do some kind of fandangled limited edition where you get something really amazing, then I would pick it up. But personally, all it is like the Wii U games ported over to the Switch. And personally, I have those Wii U games under the bed, and I have completed most of them. Okay, you do have this new, by the looks of it, what I can see from the picture, you do have this new Toad Princess Bowser. It's a Toadette, isn't it, or something? No, it's not Toadette. It's instead of like, I'm thinking of Bowser. But you've got this, it looks like it may support that, but personally that's not going to be one I'll probably pick up off the bat. As I've said, I've got the games under my bed. They are good games and I would recommend them, but I'm not going to buy them for like a second time. So you have the new Pokemon title that has been announced for next year. They haven't given us a specific date, so this is your generic Pokemon actual title. So it's not like Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, a reimagining of like Pokemon Yellow, Red and Blue. It is it'll be a full-blown Pokemon title that is a new, completely new story, etc. I don't really know what story they're going to go for, but hopefully. Yeah, personally I'm really looking forward to that. I would love it if they did a limited edition console again. I may be tempted. I was kind of tempted with the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee console, but right now I was a bit like, it's Christmas like in a month and I can't afford to drop 300 quid when I actually need the money myself. So So you've got Luigi's Mansion 3. So this is really, really good. So this is coming out in 2019. We've not got a specific date yet. I don't quite understand why they reported the GameCube original Luigi's Mansion to the 3DS and not the... Sorry, got a phone call. So I'll restart that. So I don't know why they ported the original GameCube game Luigi's Mansion to the 3DS and not the Switch. Personally, I'm kind of hoping that what they're going to do is they're going to do Luigi's Mansion 3, and maybe in there, like they did with the Bayonetta series, that they're going to perhaps do a download code for the original Luigi's Mansion, or they're going to do, say, like one that you can buy with Luigi's Mansion 1, 2 and 3. That would be really good on the Switch. Personally as well, I would kind of hope what they're going to do is do an online multiplayer on the 3DS. They had an online game. It was just a really basic game where you were all Luigi's and you all had to capture ghosts. The person that caught the most ghosts got the most points, won. But it was actually really, really fun, and I really, really enjoyed it. So you have got some bog standards coming out. So you've got some fitness boxing coming out on the 21st of December in the UK and EU, and the 4th of January in America by the looks of it. I don't really care about that. You've got, let's have a look, Sega Mega Drive Classics coming out on the 6th of December, UK and EU, and the 7th of December in America. Again, I kind of like the idea of that, but it depends how much it is. If it's ridiculously expensive, then I think it's just a bit like, I've got most of those classic games and I can play them on the classic consoles. Why am I going to buy them again, personally? So you do have Metroid Prime 4 coming out. All they've said is to be announced. I'm not really a Metroid fan. Again, I didn't have an original game. I didn't have the Metroid game on the Game Boy or the Game Boy Color. Personally, I didn't really know what it was, so I know like other people will be very excited about that, but not personally myself. So you've got Dragon Quest. I'm gonna say can't be 6. Maybe 6 Echoes of an Exclusive Age, apparently, and that's to be announced. I was never very good at the Dragon Quest games. I got bored very quickly with them. They kind of held my hand either a little bit too much or not enough. They kind of either threw you into a game where they were just like good luck, or it was kind of like Fable 3 where they were going to walk you through everything with a bright light. So they do have Yoshi's Crafted World, which is coming out on the Switch. It just says 2019. I'm really looking forward to that. That should be really good. I love all the Woody Yoshi games. I recently bought Yoshi's World on the... can't even think of my consoles now. On the Super Nintendo. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I like the Yoshi games because they're simplistic, but they're fun, and they do remind me of the original games. They're very brightly coloured, they're very pretty, like the hills have eyes, and stuff like that. So that one should be really good. You have Bayonetta 3, which is to be announced. We're hoping that kind of comes out next year, or I am at least. I really love the Bayonetta series. Obviously the series was originally on other platforms, and then it's now seems to have been taken over by Nintendo. I don't quite get it, but all in all, they've done and ported Bayonetta 1 and 2 onto the Nintendo Switch, and they're very good ports. They are very fun. I love the way she dresses. I really enjoy Bayonetta completely, so hopefully that is a really good game. I'm hoping it's as good as the previous two, because I don't believe that the previous two were made with Nintendo. I think they were made originally with a different company, and now they've just been obviously sold / bought by Nintendo. So they haven't changed the story, so it will be a test to see what they do the story like if they can keep everything or if they're gonna change it and Nintendo-fy it and make it all like cutesy and safe. We will see. So other than that, there's not really much that has been announced. So I will say Animal Crossing has hopefully been announced for next year. I really, really love Animal Crossing. It's such a good game. It's really, it's just like a game that I can literally put hours into. The minute I get it, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pay off my bills and I'm gonna make my house awesome and stuff like that. I love it. I've had it personally, I've had it on the DS and the 3DS. I never had it on the N64, didn't have an N64. It was on the GameCube as well, I believe. Again, I never had it on the GameCube. Personally, I'm looking for those games now, but I want them with the memory card. So the Animal Crossing on the GameCube came with a special memory card, and I personally just want the whole set. It's more expensive that way, but that is something that I really, really am looking forward to and will put excuse me. But yeah, put so much time and effort into. I really love those kind of games. So other than that, there seems to be a lot of Final Fantasy games that have been announced for next year. And now with all these titles that have been announced, personally, I'd be surprised if they all came out next year or if some of the Final Fantasy games didn't get put back. So this is literally the list of Final Fantasy that has been announced. It says 2019. So you've got Final Fantasy 7. I'm going to read these, make sure I don't miss any of these. So you've got Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition. Let's have a look, keep going down. Where's the next one? You've got Final Fantasy, I think that's 7, XII, the Zodiac Age, Final Fantasy IX, which I said I'm not very good with those, Final Fantasy 10, I know there's more, so I'm going to keep going down. Final Fantasy X-2. Let's see what they've got on this page. So yeah, to me, that's a lot of Final Fantasy games to port. Like, I mean, they've been promising us Final Fantasy 7 for like years now. I just don't know if that is all going to come out at once. I think that's like wishful thinking. I think they've thrown them all in there so you can be like, look, that's going to so come out, and you get excited and it doesn't come out because then they push it back. So going down this list as well, you've got Pikmin to be announced. I'm not really a Pikmin fan. It's boring to me, personally. So you've got Harvest Life that seems to come out on the 30th of November, UK and America and EU. That hasn't got cover art, but that kind of interests me. I'm wondering if it's like a Harvest Moon-esque game, like Little Dragon Calf game. If that is the case, then personally I'd be interested in that. I kind of like those fake life simulator games where I can do stuff like gardening and I don't actually have to touch dirt because I don't like dirt. Shin Megami Tensei 5 to be announced. Dragon Quest Builders 2 to be announced. Yokai Watch 4, apparently 2018. If you haven't played Yokai, I would really recommend it. It's basically a Pokemon-esque game. It is to do with yokai that live in the Japanese and Chinese kind of world. What they believe is that for everything you do, so if you lose a sock in the wash, it was a naughty yokai that kind of maybe stole the sock or hid the sock. You know, if you trip and fall, it was a naughty yokai that made you trip and fall. They are steeped in basically Japanese history so much. It's a very, very good game. It's really cute and really freaking fun too. I'd really recommend Yokai. There is some current games out on the 3DS at the moment. I don't believe any come out on the Switch. Personally, I might be wrong. But either way, I would really recommend them. Yokai is absolutely brilliant. Blaze blue. But yeah, so looking at all these games personally, there are some games here that sound good, but I don't know enough about to say anything in regards to that. So I would say those are the games that I am really looking forward to this time, with like so far that's been announced for December and next year. That's just my personal opinion though. What games are you looking forward to? Is there any specific games that you're looking forward to on other consoles as well? I might eventually take a look at some of the other console games. Personally, I said I've been playing my Nintendo Switch so much. I'm like in love with the console. But yeah, other than that, I would suggest perhaps giving some of those games a go that you don't know so well. I would also suggest not necessarily listening to certain people. So Harvest Moon on the Nintendo Switch has been totally slated. Personally, I sat there and gave that game a full about 30 hours just to give it a chance, and I actually quite enjoyed it after a while. Yes, it can be tedious. Yes, it can take a long time to do anything or get anywhere, but if you've never played a Harvest Moon game before, that's what they're bloody like. You know, you just give flowers to a girl constantly, please like me, and then eventually her heart goes from black to like, I can't even remember the colour range now. It's something like literally black to purple to blue. Then it goes to green, I believe. Then it goes to yellow. Then it goes to orange. And then it goes to red. And then after you've spent all your frigging time, like literally a year of the game, doing this shit, either you change your mind and have to start off at another frigging girl. Goodbye, Ellie. I'm going for Perel now. Or like Mary, Karen. Or you sit there and you go, now I've got to go and buy a freaking blue feather. That costs a bomb anyway. But give games a go that people have slated. You never know what you're personally like. I know a lot of people have a lot of impact and they're like, this game's shit, and then no one buys it, or this game's awesome, then everybody buys it. But yeah, it is actually quite a good game. Personally, I enjoyed that. So give those games a go that you might not necessarily give a go. It's not necessarily expensive. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think below, and I will answer any comments as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one, and I'll see you guys later. So